Students, today I am going to discuss with you Act 3, Scene 1. This scene is very significant as it is telling us about Ferdinand's second meeting with Miranda. In the first meeting, we got to know uh, when and how and in what circumstances Ferdinand met Miranda. What did he think about Miranda? And what did Miranda think about Ferdinand when she saw him for the very first time? Who organized this meeting? And who was responsible of bringing Ferdinand in front of Miranda's cell? Their analysis about each other and their feeling about each other, and how did Prospero thought of testing Ferdinand's sincerity about Miranda. So this was there in Ferdinand and Miranda's first meeting, and now I'm going to discuss with you Act 3, Scene 1, which is going to highlight Miranda's second meeting with Ferdinand. And in this meeting, we will see how sincere, how dedicated is Miranda towards Ferdinand, um, and how pure is Ferdinand's love for Miranda. That he could go to any extent to please Miranda, and he's saying that whatever the thing he's doing, whatever the job he's indulged in, whatever the instruction he's following it only because he's being instructed by Prospero, and Miranda is Prospero's daughter. So, in order to win Miranda's heart, in order to get Miranda as his wife, he has to please Prospero at any cost. He know that he's a prince. He could have used his power, but there are many things which cannot be attained by the use of power. All right. So, and Ferdinand has also expressed that I know it's a menial task carrying up logs of wood and taking them to another part of Ireland and making them pile. It's a difficult task and it does not suit me as I have not been accustomed of doing these kind of things. But I will do this because there are certain works which appear to be very painful, which are not suitable for us, which we are not reluctant to do, which does not suit our temperament, which we are not meant to do actually, but we do this because by doing that work we get a secret pleasure. So Ferdinand says that I know that I'm doing this difficult task. I'm doing it only for the sake of Miranda. It is so difficult. I'm not liking it. But in the inner core of heart, I am happy because I'm doing it to win the heart of Prospero so that he may accept my love for Miranda. And on the other hand, I can express my sincerity toward Miranda. So this is what, and Miranda also is feeling sad looking at Ferdinand indulged in such menial tasks, and she says to Ferdinand that in case she get the power like a god, she would love to sing this earth under the sea, and before he's supposed to do this tough task. And he say that when these logs of wood are going to burn, they will also shed tears that they brought such a trouble to Ferdinand. Miranda says to Ferdinand that, oh Ferdinand, my father is at study and he will not come out before 3 hours, and if he wishes, he can sit and relax and Miranda will do the work. But Ferdinand refuses. He said that before Miranda is supposed to undergo this tough task, before the time comes that I am bound to give this work to Miranda, I would prefer my backbone to crush and my nerves to break. This shows that Ferdinand at no cost wants Miranda to undergo this kind of job. So here we are, and we are reading, and Miranda has expressed. Now Ferdinand has expressed to Miranda that he loves her, and whatever he is doing it for her sake. And Miranda knows that Ferdinand has indirectly proposed her and given and told her that he would love to have her as a queen of Naples. And but Miranda says that it is a modesty, being a woman, being a gentle lady, she is modest, and it is a modesty owing to which she cannot express what she really wishes to express, and she shows her limitations being a woman, that in case she feels that in case she is not going to express then Ferdinand will never be able to analyze about her love, and she will die without getting the love of Ferdinand which she deserves, which she craved for. And then she says that I will be your wife if you accept me or not, I will be your maid if you like or not, and but I will die your maid whether you prefer or not. Then he says that, then she also said that love, it's a honest trifling, how it's love is like a maze. The more we try to hide our love, the bigger, bulkier it appears. It means the more I am trying to suppress my love, it's such a imposter that if the much we try to hide our love, the love comes out and expresses itself in an elaborated manner. So we are getting to know how much Ferdinand is in love with Miranda, how Ferdinand expresses his love for Miranda, how Miranda accepts Ferdinand's proposal, and keeping her modesty intact, she is reciprocating to Ferdinand also. And Prospero is also satisfied. Prospero is also satisfied as he has tested the love of Ferdinand for Miranda. So the scene opens with Ferdinand carrying a wood willingly to prove his love for Miranda. This is in contrast to the curses which accompanied Caliban toil at the beginning of this preceding scene. The love between Ferdinand and Miranda is a part of the play larger pattern of amusement and reconciliation. The purity and the innocence of their love comes for the suspicious, comes and invites a lot of suspicions, hostilities, and betrayal of their father's generation. Prospero is seen here in his godlike role, overseeing two of the creatures carrying out his design. Though Prospero is the master of the design, he knows the output of this entire plan. He knows that sincerity of love which Ferdinand has for Miranda. He knows that Miranda is pure, but he is exaggerating this so that Ferdinand and Miranda could get more time to know each other. And everything has been pre planned by Prospero. Clear? Now, Prospero, we can say, is a genuine father. When he looks at Ferdinand and Miranda, his heart has got a feelings of father which demands that before he could trust Ferdinand, he must try the credibility of Ferdinand's love. And he just want to test by giving the difficult task to Ferdinand. Prospero want to test the devotion and the dedication of Miranda towards Prospero. Now, whether she would be happy in case she becomes a queen, or she would be happy with Ferdinand in the way, in any form he keeps her. So, this is what the scene has highlighted. You will write the summary of the scene, and before that, you will write the summary of the previous meeting with Ferdinand with Miranda, and we will proceed with the lines. Okay.